the student of third language Nepali. Today we are going to learn the new chapter, that is Birbal ko Khichadi. I think you might have heard the name of a Birbal many times. Many times you might have heard. Whenever King Akbar comes, Birbal always be there. Whenever God Ram is there, Hanuman is always be there. Whenever we call the name of our God Ram, we definitely bring Hanuman. Hanuman was his protector. He was a protector. He used to protect God Ram. No, Bhagavan Ramलाई जहिले पनि protect गरेर राख्थ्यो उनले हनुमानलाई त्यो. In that way, Akbar also, King Akbar, Mughal साम्राज्यमा Akbar राजा थे, famous राजा. He was a good king. उसको advisor, minister, right hand, we call the secretary. His right hand was the Birbal was there. Always, Birbal used to give lots of advice to him. Many advice, good advice. Whenever King Akbar has to ask anything, to judge, to give a judgment to others, to give any results, always he used to call the Birbal to take out the remedy, to take out the solution to solve that problem. Now here in this chapter the same thing is happening now. So we'll start, okay? एक दिन अकबर बसिरहेको बेला एक प्रकारको मिठो धुन घन्किरहेको सुने. One day what happened? When King Akbar was sitting in his palace, so he heard some kind of noise. But it was a good voice, melody sound was coming towards him. He was hearing the melody sound, it was coming from somewhere. त्यो धुन बडो गजबको थियो. It was that sound was it's a peculiar sound. It is अनौठो खालको थियो. It was a peculiar sound. It's a different kind of sound was there. Not you used to hear the daily what you used to hear, what you used to listen. The sound usually, what kind of sound was coming. Now that day, that kind of sound was not coming. It was a peculiar sound. Different sound was coming. Darbar lagiरहेको थियो, and they were having a meeting also. When this sound was coming, when this melody sound was coming, and the peculiar sound was coming, at that time they were having a meeting. They were there, Darbar lagiरहेको थियो. They were having meeting there. The King Akbar was sitting there, and his minister, all the minister, mantri were there sitting there. मन्त्रीहरु उपस्थिति राम्रो थियो. मन्त्रीहरुको उपस्थिति, the ministers, the presence was good. Means more or less 100% I think the ministers were present there. आफ्नो मन्त्री अनि बिरबलसित भन्न लागे. So he used to ask, sir, we also have a prime minister, even in Sikkim, chief minister, and many ministers are there. So he used to consult, he used to do the meeting, he convey the meeting, he called the meetings, and he called all the ministers, and what kind of now program he has to make, that he asked, especially in this Corona time. Many times they had a meeting. Even our prime minister also many times he used to have a meeting. Like that here also King Akbar also was having a meeting that time. So all the mantris, all the ministers were present there. So he asked his power that I told you beforehand, Birbal was his right hand. He was the right person for Akbar, and he was a right hand. So whatever he has to ask, he first asks Birbal only. He won't ask all the ministers, but he asks always Birbal. So here also in that way he asks Birbal. जाडो महिनाको रातमा को तलाउमा सारा रात खडा रहन सक्छ, तर तलाउमा उभिँदा भने घाटीसम्म पानीले डुबेको हुनुपर्छ. बिरबलले आफ्नो सुझाव दियो. बादशाह सम्मत छ, तपाईले इनाम राख्नुहोस्. कुनै न कुनै व्यक्तिले त अवश्य नै इनामको खातिर यस्तो काम गर्न तयार हुन सक्छ. Now King Akbar asking Birbal, जाडो महिनाको रातमा को तलाउमा सारा रात खडा रहन सक्छ? In the but very cold in the winter time, it's very cold. Now who can stand there in the pond, Talauma in the pond? Who can stand there in the pond throughout the night? Who can stand? King Akbar is asking Birbal. In the chilly cold, in the winter, it's very cold. In that season, in that day, on that day, in that condition of a cold, who can stand in that cold throughout the night? And he has kept the condition also. तर तलाउमा उभिँदा भने घाँटीसम्म पानीले डुबेको हुनुपर्छ. But whenever rain goes and stand there, the water has to be till neck. Water has to come till neck. It has to be till neck, not down, not till neck, but it has to be till neck. King kept that condition. Birbalले आफू सुझाव दियो, बादशाह सहमत छ, and Birbal also gave the suggestion to king. Yes, it's okay. You can call, you can say, you can keep this condition. It's okay. So, तपाईले इनाम राख्नुहोस्. And he told, but once you keep this condition, you have to keep the reward also. You have to keep for that person, whoever stands whole night in the pond, throughout the night, in the pond, in that cold condition, in that cold water. For that sake, you have to keep the reward. कुनै न कुनै व्यक्तिले त अवश्य नै इनामको खातिर यस्तो काम गर्न तयार हुन सक्छ. So, if the people will hear about the reward, if they will hear, then someone will be there. Even one person, if anyone will come there, anyone, they will accept. One will come there. At least others will not give. One person will come, and he will, because of the reward, they will accept this condition. Birbal is saying to King Akbar. भारतहरूले बादशाहको आज्ञालाई सहरका विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा टोल पिटेर प्रसार गरे. Then his ministers and the ministers assistants, they all went to the market, every knock and corner of the market, and they started to beat the drum. They started to beat the drum and saying that, जुन व्यक्ति तलाउमा रातभरि उभिरहनु सक्छ त्यसलाई 500 सुनको मोहर इनामको रूपमा प्रदान गरिनेछ. And they were beating the drum and started to shout, whoever stayed in that pond whole night, now our king Akbar is going to give him 500 golden coin as a reward. 500 golden coin as a reward. If anyone remains in that pond, in that cold water whole night, he is going to reward him 500 golden coins as a reward. जाडोको ठिर्याउने रातमा कसैले तलाउमा उभिएर इनाम लिने तैपनि एकजना गरिब मानिस दरबारमा आए. That one ठिर्याउनु, very cold, it was very cold, very cold. Who will go there and who will stay whole night? What will happen if we stay in the cold place? Our blood will become clothed. Our blood will become clothed. It will clothed. The blood circulation will stop if we remain in the very cold, in the ice or in the snow or in the whole throughout the night. So our body's temperature will become 0. If body's temperature will become deep zero, then what will happen? Automatically our blood circulation will stop. Our hearts stop to work. Then what will definitely will die. But in that cold, who will go now? Who will stay? तैपनि एकजना गरिब मानिस दरबारमा आए. Although it was very cold, it was very cold, chilly cold, very cold. Although, but the one poor man came in that palace in front of a king. One poor man came. उसको शरीरको गठन हष्टपुष्ट थियो. That poor man, only seeing it, he was a poor man, but he was a very strong. That person was very much strong. एकदम पुष्टेको थियो, पुरा बलहरु भएको, हट्टापट्टा थिए. He was that man was strong. उसले रातभरि तलमा उभिरहने इच्छा प्रकट गरे. Then he accepted the challenges, accepted the condition what the king has given, what the king has said. He has accepted that. He accepted that condition. Yeah, I will remain there. I will remain here whole night in that cold water. बादशाहले उसलाई सोधे, यदि तिमी तलमा उभिँदा जीवित नरहे, गरिब मानिसले त्यस प्रश्नको उत्तर दिँदै भने, मेरो कुनै अघि छ न पछि कुनै काम पाउन सकिन्न, भोकले मर्नुपर्ने स्थिति छ. यदि जितेर यो इनाम लिन सके बाँकी रहेको जीवन सुखसित बिताउन सक्छु, कुनै काम धन्दा सुरु गर्न सक्छु. मरिहाले भने पनि मलाई केही छैन. बादशाहले उसको आफ्नो भाग्यको निर्णय स्वीकार गरे. So, then the king told, यदि तिमी तलमा उभिँदा जीवित नरहे, if you will die, when you stay in the pond whole night in that cold, but if you will die there, what will happen? If you will die there, what will happen? King is saying to that man. गरिब मानिसले त्यसको प्रश्नको उत्तर दिए. He answered that. The poor man gave an answer to king. मेरो कुनै अघि न पछि त, I don't have anybody, not the front, not back. I don't have, nor my wife is there, nor my son is there, nobody is there. I don't have nobody. अघि पछि कोही छैन. I don't have anybody else. कुनै काम पाउन सकिन. Even I am not getting any job also. I am not getting a job also. We'll die. The situation is coming, such a kind of situation coming. I think I will die in hunger. In hunger I will die. In that situation I am living. That poor man is saying to king. यदि जितेर यो इनाम दिन सके, if I remain there whole night, if I will bring the reward, बाँकी रहेको जीवन सुखसित बिताउन सक्छु. The remaining life, the further life, the remaining life, I can live very peacefully. I can live very peacefully. If I remain there whole night till morning, and if I get 500 golden coins, and my remaining life I can live very peacefully. Happily I can live. That's what he's saying to the king. कुनै काम धन्दा सुरु गर्न सक्छु. With that money I can do any job. I can do the business. I can do the business also. मरिहाले भने पनि मलाई केही छैन. But if I die there also for me no problem, because I don't have anybody else. In the front, behind, nobody is there. अघि न पछि कोही छैन मेरो. I have got children, nor I have got a wife. Nobody is there. If I die also for me no problem. बादशाहले उसको आफ्नो भाग्यको निर्णय स्वीकार गरे. Then king also agreed. King agreed. What the fate now he is carrying, what the fate he's carrying, king accepted. गरिब मानिस रातको सुरुमा नै तलमा उभिए. So as soon as the night came, when the sun set, when the sun went down and the night came, then that man went to the pond in that cold water. He went there. दुईजना सिपाही उसको हेरचाहका लागि तैनात गरिदिए and 2 soldiers were kept there for the guard to see what will happen, whether he will not die there after 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, because he has to remain there 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours there whole night. He has to stay there. So if anything will happen, what will happen? So king ordered the 2 soldiers to look after him, watch him, watch over him. बिहान हुने बित्तिकै सिपाहीहरूले बादशाहलाई गरिब मानिस रातभरि तलाउमा उभिएर सर्ट जितेको र जीवित रहेको खबर सुनाए. So when again the day, early in the morning, what will happen? What happened? These 2 soldiers went to the Pasha, and to the minister, and told about his staying there whole night in that cold water, and still he's alive. He's alive. That message they gave to the king. बादशाहले त्यस मानिसलाई उनको अघि पेश गर्ने आज्ञा दिए. So king also asked that soldiers to bring him in front of him. Go and bring him. King told that soldiers to bring that man in front of him. उपस्थिति भइसकेपछि बादशाहले त्यस मानिसलाई सोधे. When that man came, poor man came in front of him, king asked, तिमीले रातभरि कसरी बितायौ? How did you live there? How did you spend the whole night in that pond, in that cold water? Whole night, how did you spend? के तिमीलाई जाडो लागेन? You didn't feel any cold there? Because it was chilly cold, winter time. You know the water condition also, you know very well. We cannot take bath even in cold water. We need hot water to take bath even in winter time. In that situation, in that condition also, this poor man stayed there whole night. So king is asking, you didn't feel any cold that time while you were spending in that pond? गरिब मानिसले भने, बादशाह 12 तपाईको महलमा जलिरहेको बत्ती हेरिरहे, जाडोतिर ध्यानै दिइन. I didn't feel any cold, nor I paid attention in that cold. I didn't pay attention to that cold, but I was studying the light that was coming from your palace. Whole night I stayed there, when I was looking that light only, the burning light which were coming from your palace. To that burning light only I was watching whole night. So my attention, feelings of cold was not there. I didn't feel any cold, because I was concentrating only on that burning light which was burning in that palace, which was coming from that palace. I was staring there only. That's why I didn't feel any cold. That poor man told Raja, the king. बादशाहले भन्यो, ठीक छ. Then king Akbar told, okay, अब मलाई थाहा भयो कि तिमी कसरी जीवित रहन सक्यौ. Now I came to know how you are still alive. Now king is saying, okay. Now I came to know how you are still alive. Now I came to know. मेरो महलको बत्तीको गर्मीले नै तिमी बाँच्न सक्यौ. That small burning light, from there you got the warmness. From that you got the warmness. Hot, you were getting hot, warmness. That you got, because of that only you are living there. You got the warmth from that burning light. That's why you could spend the whole night easily. That's why you didn't feel cold also, because you were getting the warmth from that burning light, from that small burning light. That's also very far. It was far. How could that small burning light will make him hot, make him warm? How? It's imagination. It's only imagination. We cannot imagine that. But here king is saying, no, you are still alive because of the warmness that you have got from that burning light, which was coming from that my palace. King is saying to that poor man, मेरो महलको बत्तीको गर्मीले नै तिमी बाँच्न सक्यौ. Because of my palace, that burning light, and you are alive. Because you got the warmth from that burning light. जाऊ तिमीलाई कुनै इनाम मिल्ने छैन. Now he chased that person. He chased him. Go away now. You will not get any reward. Because you got the warmth from my burning light and you stayed there. So you are still alive. That's why you are alive, because of that burning light from where the warmness was coming and you didn't feel cold. Now you will not get anything. You go home. But he only knows, that poor man only knows how much the cold he had to face whole night. We cannot stand the 10 minutes also. We cannot stand, but he stayed there 8-9 hours years. बादशाहको कुरा सुनि गरिब मानिसले पनि केही गुनगुनाए. So after on hearing the voice from king, what king was saying, after hearing that, what happened, he also started to murmuring, gungunaउन थाल्यो. Inside he was talking himself from inside, murmuring. He was starting to murmur. तर बादशाहले उसको कुरो चासो राखेन. तर king, he didn't pay attention to him. He didn't pay attention to him. I think he was saying, I stayed there whole night. I know, slowly inside, I stayed there whole night. King had given me the promise to give me the reward, but not keeping that words. What kind of king is this? Like that he was murmuring the inside, he was saying himself. But the king didn't pay attention what he was saying. निराश हताश भई त्यस मानिस बिरबल कहाँ पुगे. So after the frustration, after full of frustration, disappointment, he went to the Birbal. Because you know Birbal is a very clever minister. Among the ministers, Birbal was a very clever. He was cleverest, very clever minister he was. So whoever need the judgment, they used to go to the Birbal. So here also this man straight went to the Birbal. अनि सहायताको लागि विनय गरे and started to plead him. सहायता for he pleaded him. He requested him for help. He requested to Birbal. So for today this much only. Next time we finish the remaining portion. So you also read nicely again. You read nicely. Know the story very well. Okay, know the story very well. I supposed to give you in Nepali, but some of you are here who doesn't understand Nepali statement. That's why I have to speak you in English. I have to explain in English. So still, those who know Nepali also, you read in the Nepali also, try to understand. Those who don't know Nepali, you also read nicely, try to read and try to understand this story. Okay, so we'll finish next time the other portion. Okay, thank you. Be safe.